Hello everybody. Hello everybody. So testing 1 2 3. Testing. Hello everybody. This is Suguwa, and today to I'm going to give you guys some of the live stream today. It's not really that much, just that routine. How do I say? Just a routine flight for the Starlink. Yeah, where we are going to witness the launch of the Starlink 10-52. It's going to be a 29 satellites that will be launched from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in the SLC-40, aka Slick 40, and it's going to be placed around the altitude, if I remember, 259 kilometers, and launch inclination would be 43 degrees. So that's that. Oh, and in case you guys don't see my mouth moving, my mouth really that moving, anyways, it's very simple. It's a bit low light situation, but there's nothing to worry about, so let's go, shall we? So let me see, because I'm using the same stream from the Space Affairs, so consider as the friends of this channel. So yeah, and also because in terms of bandwidth and latency, sometimes it sucks, so uh, I have to use someone's screen. But that's basically nothing more than just how do I say, nothing more than just a bit of restream again from originally from SpaceX anyway. So that's that, and this is how it looks like on the Cape Canaveral. Okay, so I've already opened the desktop audio here from my OBS, so it should be fine, should be good. And from most of the part, the propellant itself already considered almost ready. Yeah, because as far as okay, let's try. Yeah, because as far as from my understanding is that right now liquid oxygen is almost top up, almost full on the first stage, and we should hear by now call out that the first stage liquid oxygen top up is complete. We'll see, we'll hear that soon, or maybe already complete by now. So we'll hear this.
Stage 1 lock load complete.
Okay, that's we have already called out right now, already full liquid oxygen tank on the first stage, and we soon will hear the second stage as well for the liquid oxygen. So at this point, fuel has already top up for the RP-1. That's basically a rocket propellant 1, essentially a super refined kerosene, and that mostly get rid of lead, whatever contamination inside the fuel, so mostly almost pure as possible of the kerosene. And yeah, and also sometimes even aviation might also use this, but sometimes
Stage 2
not.
lock load complete.
Okay, so now liquid oxygen on tank on the second stage also already complete, so we shall see strong back retract after this one. You can see there. On the fairing side, it's already been used on previous flights, already tens of flights by now. Okay.
Gas launch closeouts.
Okay, already, and since already top up, so obviously the liquid oxygen line, and also I believe also kerosene aka RP-1 here should have already topped out by now, already degas itself because it's no longer needed. And you can see
Falcon 9 is in startup.
okay, so in this stage the Falcon 9 onboard rocket computer guidance and also including the flight data instrumentation recorder also already open by now.
LD, go for launch.
Okay, and launch director has already confirmed to go right now. So that's that, and not long after this we're also going to see liftoff.
T minus 30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds, and usually by now something's currently checking. Maybe for example, maybe even the pressure, maybe even gimbal check on the first stage also.
T minus 15 seconds.
Okay, 15 seconds, and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this and enjoy the flight.
T
Ready?
minus 10, 9, 8, 7,
Okay.
6,
5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition.
Power and liftoff. Go Falcon, go
Liftoff. Liftoff on the Cap Canaveral Slick 40 of the Falcon 9
Vehicles pitching down
rocket carrying the Starlink Group 10-52.
MOD chamber pressure.
29 satellites is on the way to go to the orbit around 259 kilometers, almost circular altitude, or maybe circular at that point, with launch inclination targeted for 43 degrees. 43 degrees. Yeah, almost mentioned 43 degrees Celsius, but it's not temperature, it's launch inclination. So almost, yeah.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Alright, power telemetry is nominal, and since I believe mostly foggy and cloudy, so
Vehicles supersonic.
okay, supersonic Mach 1. So we are just looking on the rocket onboard camera and should be max Q by now. Let's hear the call out.
Max Q.
Okay, max Q around the aeroplane altitude. So in this max Q period, usually the engine would be prepared for most of the engine would be prepared to be throttled down around, if I remember, around max 60%. Okay, and you can see, okay, the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage has already been currently in the process of cooling down, so it can be prepared for the ignition later. And usually around that max Q, it would put heavy amount of stress against the launch vehicle, the most maximum one, where just like the name itself, it can be huge mechanical stress that can cause rockets to do any sort of weird funny things while in the atmosphere. So that's why in the max Q, before it's hitting the max Q, most all the engines, or most the engine would go throttle down to 60% to preserve the launch vehicle integrity, and also to ensure to reduce the gravity turn loss and also atmospheric drag loss as well. And
Stage separation confirmed.
main engine cut off first stage, and stage separation and ignition of the
MVAC startup.
Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage. Ignition, we have go for that. Okay, maybe I can smoothly this a little bit. Sorry. Let me try. Okay, that should be good. Alright, so you can see, because
Fairing separation
Okay, firing separation confirmed on the yeah, there you go on the right screen there. And as you can see, most of the Starlink flight usually it will separate before the Kármán line rather than outside of the Kármán line. Usually, what these satellites pretty much do. Okay, but maybe in this case of logic, I can see maybe the reason they chose this is mostly mostly out of the, how do I say, maybe maybe this SpaceX engineer already calculate this and decided that it's better to take some risk just opening up before it's really hitting the Kármán line. But for the most part, on the around the 80 plus kilometers altitude, usually around the US defined space boundaries, there's not many that atmospheric drag there, so they can just go opening up and save some fuel cost. Fuel cost. Maybe instead that fuel cost can be used to raise it to the appropriate correct orbit, and that's the reason why. Usually, a little bit. I can say on so far in the history of the space flight, at least for the orbital launches for the satellite. Usually, I think Starlink is the only in my candidate that actually does separate before it even reaching those one Kármán line, which is defined around 100 kilometers altitude. That defines clear appropriate clear separation between the Earth's heavy atmospheric drag and also space boundary. So that's why. So instead they chose around the US defined space boundaries around 80 kilometers of altitude. Okay, and you've already seen on the first stage, even after the separation, because for the most of part, atmospheric drag is does still exist there, and it's still moving up and down, a little bit sidey for gravity turn reason. So that's why you see it on the, how do I say it, sort of like the Falcon 9 drag system there, with its drag arm, so it can control itself. That's why you see it's glowing and already entered from space, Kármán line wise, and also US space defined wise. Okay, and we'll see the entry burn will start just to slow down the launch vehicle, the first stage booster. Okay, FTS is safe, which means they don't have to use flight emission system control. Okay, and ready? Okay, stage 1 entry burn start. This is just to slow the launch vehicle itself, so it's not going too fast, and also to give the launch vehicle times to actually adjust itself, going to the drone ship. So we see the first you notice is that one of 9 Merlin 1D engine first initially ignite, and then the second lock, and then the second, and then another second set after that would in total 3 engines after that ignite. And you can see, because it's still very hot around the hypersonic, right now it's no longer hypersonic area, it's mostly around supersonic area, because it's less than Mach 4, alright, or maybe hypersonic, previously it's all hypersonic, and now we are going in the supersonic and getting ready for the transonic, which is the transitional boundary between the speed of sound and also not really on the speed of sound.
Stage 1 transonic.
Okay, transonic, and by now it should have already reaching that sonic sound, and then okay, by now should be sonic sound and no longer on the sonic region, speed of sound. And you can see the second stage, it looks pretty good there. It really brights very it's bright with this orange color, because of course it's hydrocarbon anyways. Okay, and now the first stage has already begun its landing burn, going for the drone ship. And let's see, you can see the water is there to cool it down, similar to how Launchpad as well, but more like scaled down Launchpad anyways. And we can see the first stage looks pretty good, and it does its job pretty well, and should be stage 2 FTS safe. Flight termination system no longer needed on the second stage. Let's see, and let's hear the call out.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Invac shutdown.
Okay, so now the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage looks like already done its complete and already complete job.
Orbit insertion.
Yeah, so that's all. Thank you so much, Space First, for restream these SpaceX launches. Okay, so that's it. It's pretty much non-event actually, because that's why I said it's a little bit boring to even try to stream. But I stream it because why not? Just because why not? Okay, so that's all, everybody. I hope you guys also don't mind about the music playing around. You know, it's a bit boring. But that's it. That's it. You know, because just this morning while I'm streaming, we are going. We saw the launch on in Vandenberg, and now we are back again to the Canaveral. So pretty good, you know. Sounding fair, you know. And yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Not really much else to say here. And after at some point around 50 plus minutes, if I remember correctly, on the next space flight here, let me show you. Yeah, on this one, didn't show anything here. But on the mobile app, usually they will show. But what is it? So I'm going. So you have to just trust what I'm going to say here, because I'm opening my next space flight app on my phone right now. I will, so I can give you a little bit of information here. Yeah, the first stage actually landed on the just read the instruction, okay, and it's going for the ballistic course phase for tens of minutes up until T plus 54 minutes and 30 seconds, which the second engine start number 2, the ignite, will commence and ignite briefly around 2 hours, just to synchronize the Starlink before second engine cut off number 2, which is 2 seconds later, around 54 minutes and 38 seconds. And after that, Starlink will be deployed at T plus 1 hour and 3 minutes and 58 seconds. After that, most of the mission should be concluded like that without any problem. So this is what I read here on my next spaceflight app here. So I hope you guys don't mind it. Okay, so I guess that's it. Not much else to say here. And thank you so much everyone for watching. This is, once again, I'm your host here. This is Suguwa, and signing out, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Goodbye, everyone, and see ya for next flight. Yeah, maybe I'll try stream Starlink Group 11-19, which will be Sunday 7:46 AM local time here in Seoul. So that's it. That's that. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.